All right, there we go. Alrighty.
All right. So basically, we just need to open up Google Earth and work on plotting the earthquakes that fall along or that are kind of in the Sea of Japan. Let's see. I got Google Earth open. I'm gonna zoom in. Do you think we could just use that 30? Is he just talking about like that 30-day file of the earthquakes, the one that we did for the discussion board?
I have no idea. I don't know how we're supposed to do all that.
Okay. Um, okay, so I got like Google Earth open, and I have like the 30 for like what's the earthquakes over the last 30 days. Maybe I'll just snip it and upload it into the Google drawing, and then we could just kind of go from there.
Do you know where the what's the trench called? That it says the Marianas Trench.
Yeah, so it's just to the east of Japan, and then the Sea of Japan is just on the west side of Japan.
Okay.
And so I'll snip it and see if I can upload it. Okay. Okay. You see the picture?
I do see the picture, yes.
Okay, so I think that's kind of what we need to. So just on the east side right there is the trench where it's all dark, obviously, and then the Sea of Japan just off to the left. And then, so these are just the earthquakes that have happened in the last 30 days. And shows the depths and stuff. So I don't know if that's exactly what we're supposed to do, or supposed to do it for like over a long period of time. Didn't really too much.
It says just plot the depth of the earthquakes against the distance along the surface. Note the size of the earthquakes.
We could probably do that in Excel if we wanted to. Just do like an actual like plot and then upload it. I don't know.
We could. I have no idea how to use Excel.
Oh, okay. I think I could do it. So it's just plotting the depth of the earthquakes against the distance along the surface. I don't know what it means by the distance along the surface.
So you see how it on the key it says depth in kilometers and like has the
Oh, this, okay.
yeah. So the different colors represent different depths.
Okay. So that'd be the depth and then and so it says the distance along the surface. How do we tell the distance along the surface?
I'm not sure.
No.
Maybe I guess the distance of how far they are from where the
And then in
visible
a
fault
trench,
is.
maybe?
That's
Okay.
what I would guess.
Okay, well, we can work on that then, I guess. Just go through the majority of them. And I'll just plug in XY values in Excel.
Okay. How am I don't know how to tell the distance though.
Yeah,
Is
because
there
we know
a
the depth, but the distances, I don't know. Because that's not a very good scale on there.
yeah.
Do you have this Google Earth file?
Is that the file that we used for that's for lab, right? That
Yeah,
we used
that's
for
just
lab.
for that Geo
Yeah, I
journal.
should still have it.
So if you go on there, I think you can just use like the ruler tool in Google Earth and just draw like the distance from one dot to the trench. I don't know. Or I
Okay.
can do that either way. I'm gonna create this thing in Excel real quick.
So why does my picture have when I like click um the earthquakes, why do I have a lot less?
You have a
I
lot
have a lot
left.
more than I have actually I'm sorry, I misspoke. I have a lot more.
Oh, you do? Mine's just for the
Yeah.
period from, so I just have 30 days. Or maybe you're
Okay.
zoomed in more.
How do you do the 30 days thing?
So uh, on the picture, do you see the scale bar like in the top left corner?
Um
Or there's like a little
I
bar up there?
I'm not sure, no.
Okay, I think it's like a KML file that we're supposed to download for the group activity, and or not the group activity for the just our geo journal. And so mine just in the top left corner, it just has like this bar that I can just change for the dates, so it just says 30 days.
Oh,
But if we want, we can just go off mine since there's a lot less points. But
okay. Um
so I got a ruler open. Uh, what else do we need to do? Because while I work on this, maybe you could work
yeah,
on like
I'm looking at
something.
that. It says what trends do you notice in the data? How do you explain these trends? What do you expect to see if you went further inland? What would you expect to see if you did the same thing along the trench near the Solomon Islands? What about the Himalaya Mountains? So, alrighty.
Sorry, I'm just working on putting these plots in.
I'm just copying and pasting the questions.
Okay, can you see that?
Let me see. I can, yes.
Okay, so I just basically did the depth of earthquakes on the x-axis and the distance to the Mariana Trench on the y, and then put in the trend line in there. And it just kind of
Okay,
shows.
sweet.
Yeah, so now we can just go ahead and answer the questions or whatever.
Yeah, I've been answering the questions, going through that.
Oh, sweet.
So the first one is, what trends do you notice in the data? And what I said, where is it? Go back. I said what we noticed is the majority of the earthquakes happen at a depth of about 0 to 70 kilometers. They also happen close to the visible fault line, and the further away from the fault line, the trench, further away from the trench one goes, the less earthquakes there are.
Yeah, that looks good, and that's clearly shown on the graph as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I wasn't exactly sure how to explain the trends. Then number 3, what was the question? Number 3 was, what would you expect to see if you went further inland? And I would expect to see fewer earthquakes in total, but the ones that do occur will be deeper down. So the further away from the trench you go, the deeper that the earthquakes are occurring.
Oh, perfect.
So like you can see, like the one right by the bottom left corner, that's like a little purple one right there. It's a small earthquake that's like 300 to 500 kilometers down, which is pretty deep. So
Oh yeah, that's way down there.
yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
even
every now and then there's, I'm sorry, what?
oh, I was just gonna say yeah, and just like on the other side of Japan, there's that other purple one, and like I mean they're like way deep, and they're like way far away from the trench too compared to the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, every now and then there's a shallow one, but for the most part, the deeper ones are occurring more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then I was hopping on, looking around Google Earth, trying to see for number 4 what you expect if you see the same thing occur, if you did the same thing along the trench near the Solomon Islands, and what about the Himalayan mountains?
Oh, I haven't looked at that.
Yeah. So the Solomon Islands, it from what I've looked like, it's another one of those little, it's a trench again. So it's got, from what I'm looking at, kind of about the same deal going on, except it doesn't have much deeper ones from what I see. The further you go away, it looks like a lot of shallow earthquakes along the trench line.
Oh, okay.
And that's just what I'm seeing from, I have uh, the lab thing up, so I just see a ton of them.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the Himalayan mountains, there's not a lot of earthquakes, but it's a convergent boundary, I believe. And so they're all shallow earthquakes from what I'm looking at, but they also aren't, it's not like a ton of them along the plate boundary. There's a lot spread out. If I remember correctly, the plate that that India is on is converging into, like, converging up northish kind of, and as you from the fault line and then you go north, there's a lot of scattered shallow earthquakes that I see.
Okay. Yeah, just like within the last 30 days, like there's like hardly any along the Himalaya mountains. I see one, two, three, four actually on the Himalayas. But as you
Yeah,
move further northwest, you get into like Pakistan, you get into like the Hindu Kush Mountains, and there's a lot more up there. But as far as like the Himalayas go, there's like not much activity at all within the last 30 days. And
yeah,
they're like all the orange colored ones, so they're all just like basically right on the surface.
yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm seeing too.
Oh, sweet. So we could just say that's just because they're converging plates versus maybe the trench. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say because they're converging, the pressure is going upward versus the submerging boundary, like they're rubbing against each other more, and so
Oh,
that would cause, I guess, that would cause friction and stress more than the pressure being exerted up in the creation of a mountain. That's my guess.
okay. And I think that makes sense why there's deeper ones on like the trenches because the one plate's going underneath the other, so it's down quite a ways when some of that friction is being released,
Yeah,
causing like deeper earthquakes like further inland because that's more the one plate subducting underneath the other, like deeper down.
yeah. So did you say it's about the same as the what is it called?
Mariana, I think
The
it's Mariana.
Mariana Trench.
Yeah, I would say the other one, the other trench is very similar to the Mariana Trench. I didn't even actually find the Solomon Islands. Oh, here they are. Oh, it was the Solomon Sea. Mm, oh, all right.
Himalayan. Okay, there we go. You said it was northwest for the Himalayas?
Yeah.
There we go, thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
And then, so we just need to do number 2. How do you explain those trends?
Um,
I think this is just for the first one, the majority of the earthquakes where they're happening.
I just say that there's a strong correlation to the depth of the earthquake with the distance from the trench or from the uh, diverging plates boundary. I don't know.
Mm.
Or yeah, or like there's a strong linear correlation or correlation. I don't know. Yeah, I think that looks really good. There's strong correlation between the distance from the trench and the depth of the earthquake. I think that's simple and concise.
All right, sweet. Is there anything else we need to do? I think that's all the questions that we need to do and everything like that.
I'm gonna put this graph up. Hmm.
Is there a way to make this bigger?
Oh, the page?
Yeah. I think that looks pretty good.
All right. Then I guess is that it?
Yeah, as far as I can see, we answered the questions. We plotted the depth against the distance. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all that we're supposed to do.
All right, sweet. Sounds good.
All right, I will email you the link again.
All right,
So,
perfect.
all right, I will see you later.
All right, sounds good. See ya.
All right, bye-bye.